Hawaii is known for its breathtaking landscapes, vibrant culture, and warm climate, but it also bears the distinction of having one of the highest living costs in the United States. From housing prices that far exceed the national average to elevated costs of groceries, utilities, and transportation, the financial demands of living in paradise present a complex challenge to those that live here. In this video, I'll explore Hawaii's cost of living, I'll go over the general income and expense numbers it takes to make it in Hawaii, and I'll explore the discussion of whether it's worth it or not. Hi, I'm Scott Startzman with the High Estates team and List Sotheby's International Realty. Last year, as inflation increased, it definitely impacted Hawaii's cost of living. We really felt the numbers on our food costs, with groceries and eating out rising significantly. Rents and electricity costs increased, while gas prices moderated and home prices pulled back slightly by the end of the year. Going forward for 2024, we expect costs to level out in most areas as inflation eases. We just finished our detailed Hawaii cost of living guide for 2024, so let's look at some of the specifics, and since I'm based on Oahu, I'll look specifically at Oahu's numbers. I have packed the description below with links to great resources regarding various cost of living components, so make sure to check it out or visit our blog at highestates.com. For over 2 decades, I've helped people move to Hawaii, buy a home, and successfully integrate into the community. So please subscribe here for more Moving to Hawaii information and for real estate in Hawaii, and let us know how we can help you. Since I'm in real estate, let's start off looking at housing. As we get into 2024, data is showing Hawaii with a housing index of 306.3, meaning that Hawaii's housing costs are just over 3 times the national average. High costs are expected given that Hawaii is a tiny speck of islands out in the middle of the Pacific and we have a global demand. To put that housing index into perspective, the median sales prices from our last market report at the beginning of 2024 show single-family homes on Oahu sold for $1,021,000, while condos have a median sales price of $502,500. When compared to Seattle, Washington, this could be seen as a modest upgrade, but if you're coming from New Mexico, the price of homes and what you get for the money may give you sticker shock. Other than the sticker price, the main difference between a home here and on the mainland is the amount of space that the money buys you. Hawaii homes and lots tend to be smaller, with yards and open spaces dictating a premium on price. Condo living is a more affordable alternative to purchasing a single-family home, and thus a common choice for many who want to live here. In fact, 65% of Oahu's housing is in the form of condos or townhomes, and it is common for people to enter the market in a condo and trade up over time. Now let's move to rental housing. Long-term cost of renting is a crucial aspect of the cost of living that is especially important for those considering relocating to Hawaii without immediate plans to purchase a property. Oahu has had a tight residential rental market for many years, and these past few years have seen rents rise significantly. As of 2024, long-term studio rentals could be found for an average of $1,893 on Oahu. From there, it ranges up, with 1-bedroom rentals being on average $2,400 a month, a 2-bedroom rental being on average of $2,696 a month, and a 3-bedroom rental being on average of $3,200 a month. The further out from Honolulu's urban center you go, in general the rents are more affordable, but it is always a trade-off for commute time. Since Oahu's vacancy rates are around 2%, most landlords don't have to make much in the way of concessions, and if you're off island trying to get a long-term rental, it can be really difficult as most people want to meet you and have you see the unit first. As the nation as a whole has seen food prices go up, Hawaii has gotten closer to the average with a grocery index of 111.3. It no longer holds the highest grocery cost index ranking. It now comes in at 3rd, behind California and Alaska. Even so, most of the island's supplies need to be brought in, making Hawaii quite an expensive state to buy groceries. While Hawaii is a host to locally grown fruits, vegetables, and island-grown coffee, we can't grow enough to supply everything we need. Now, we've all seen the $8 gallon of milk online, but all you have to do is have a Costco or Sam's Club card and you get that same gallon of milk for $5.40. The big box retailers have really helped in bringing Hawaii's cost in many areas closer in line with the mainland. What I like to do is have a membership to Costco and a few other grocery store saver cards and check around to save on different costs. Different stores have different baseline prices for certain items, as well as different periods at which those items go on sale. I put a great in-depth article together about grocery costs in Hawaii and how best to save money on our blog, and I also put the link to it in the description below. I even detail grocery costs from several different grocers so you can see and compare to where you live. Eating out on Oahu is something I love to do. Since Hawaii is a cultural melting pot of Asian, mainland, and Pacific Islander influences, you have a ton of different culinary options at your fingertips in all different price ranges. So today I'm coming to you from Kaka'ako, one of my favorite Thai restaurants, Miley's Thai. I got some chicken pad Thai here, and it costs roughly $21 around lunchtime, just to give you some perspective. The increased cost of eating out shocked me this past year. I'd say the current average plate lunch is between $12 and $20 now, with the average cost of a casual sit-down lunch running around $22. For dinner at a restaurant, costs also went up considerably. They can run between $20 and $50 per person or more. My girlfriend and I had takeout dinner the other night and it was $67. Fine dining restaurants will definitely run much more than this. As of the latest data, Hawaii has a utility score of 163.2. This puts it as the most expensive state in the country for utility costs. The price of electricity in Hawaii is much higher when compared to the mainland, with Oahu coming in at 43 cents per kilowatt hour. This is nearly triple the national average of roughly 16 cents per kilowatt hour. A majority of Hawaii's electricity is in the form of oil that is brought into the state by ships. There's a strong push to renewable energy through photovoltaic, wind farms, and other elements, but we're still dependent on oil here. The average electric bill in Hawaii is $450, though to give you some range comparisons, I live in a small house by myself and my electric bill is roughly $200 a month. That will be similar to what many condo electricity runs. I run my AC at night to sleep, but otherwise my windows are open all day long, taking in the fresh air and the breezes. I've had some clients that have the 5,000 square foot home, the pool, the jacuzzi, the electric vehicle, and I have one that also has a piano, which has to be in consistent climate controlled environment, meaning they have to run their AC 24/7, and their bill was running north of $1,700 a month. You can, however, as they did, invest in PV or photovoltaic and get that bill reduced down to the minimum $30 a month charge. Natural gas is another option. If you only have a few natural gas services like a gas range, it can run very low. Mine is around $10 a month. For more luxurious properties with tiki torches and gas heated jacuzzis, natural gas bills can reach upper numbers of $250 per month or more. Water and sewage bills typically run between $90 and $140 a month on the low end, but for a property with a pool and nice landscaping, that price can easily jump to between $200 and $300 or more a month. Your cable and internet expenses will largely be dictated by what kind of speed you need. In Honolulu, packages for fiber optic internet connections start at $39.99 a month for speeds up to 300 megabytes per second, with cable TV packages starting around $60 per month. So I'll briefly cover taxes here in Hawaii just so you have a quick overview. You will pay a general excise tax, or GET, basically a sales tax to keep it simple, of 4% on all goods and services. Then there's an island add-on GET depending on which island, so Oahu has a 0.5% add-on for a total of 4.5% general excise tax. Now, for residential property taxes on Oahu, they are some of the lowest in the country for owner-occupied homes at 3.5 cents per every $1,000 of tax assessed value. Basically, it's $3,500 a year for a home that is assessed at $1 million. For income taxes, Hawaii's highest tax bracket is 11%, which is the second highest in the country. As for incomes, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, reported that the median family income for a 4-person family in Hawaii was $113,200. For families in the urban Honolulu area, the median family income is $121,400. So let's take a look at some general lifestyle budgeting here. Let's first look at an individual or couple who buys a medium price condo on Oahu and is going to live a modest lifestyle while enjoying all that the island has to offer without breaking the bank. Condo living makes up a majority of the housing options on Oahu and can offer a more affordable way of living. It's also the starting point for most people when getting into home ownership on Oahu. You start off small and trade up over time. Here's an example estimate of the expenses that an individual or couple with no kids might reasonably expect while living in a medium-priced condo. Let's assume that you're buying a medium-priced $500,000 condo with 20% down and taking a loan at 6.5%. Keep in mind that this is a rough estimate. A modest lifestyle on Oahu would look like this for monthly expenses. Your purchase price is $500,000. You have a mortgage loan amount that would be $400,000, and your monthly payment at 6.5% would be $2,528 a month. Taxes and insurance would come out to around $180 a month. Utilities would be in the range of $500 a month. Maintenance fees would come in estimated at around $650 a month. Your groceries, necessities, and entertainment would come in at around $1,100 a month. And then there's some form of transportation costs of $550 a month for a total amount of $5,508 a month, or $66,096 a year. Now, for a family of 4 looking to purchase a home on Oahu, let's look at what a monthly budget might reasonably look like for general living expenses. If we assume that you're buying a medium-priced home for $1 million with 20% down at 6.5%, your monthly living expenses would look something like this. Your mortgage amount would be $800,000, and your mortgage payment would be roughly $5,057 a month. For taxes and insurance on a home, you'd be looking at roughly $475 a month. For utilities, you'd be looking at roughly around $650 a month. For groceries and other activities and entertainment, you'd be looking at around $2,700 a month, and some kind of transportation costs of $1,100 a month, for a total of $9,982 a month. One thing to keep in mind is the income you will get here in Hawaii often doesn't match with the increase in the expense costs you will have by living in Hawaii. So be aware and do your research to make sure that what you will be making will cover you and your family's needs on the expense side. There will most likely be some sort of sacrifice when moving to Hawaii, so make sure to be flexible and open to change. The biggest expense, housing, is 3 times the national average, but your income here is probably not going to be 3 times what you were making on the mainland. Since the cost of living is such a hot topic in Hawaii, the question is it worth it? That comes down to what you value. For me, the natural beauty, the year-round amazing weather, my ability to get into the ocean and swim or body surf at any time of the year, the laid-back island pace of living, the sense of ohana or community togetherness that you find here, and the new cultural experiences I get to enjoy and learn from make it worthwhile for me and the other roughly 1.4 million people that live here. But we do have plenty of people that move away and consider themselves priced out of paradise. If money and materialistic things are important to you, then you may not do well here. We're limited in the shopping choices, and they are typically more costly. If you aren't open to the diverse cultures that are here and the way of life, then you will probably struggle. It's a great place to learn new things in the form of cultural experiences. I typically describe it as people who are more spiritual and enjoy that connection with nature do well here, and materialistic people don't. I also describe it as the closest thing to living in a foreign country without needing a passport. For me, I can't see myself living anywhere else. It has shaped me into who I am after 25 years here. So I want you to be informed and educated, and I want to see you succeed in your move to Hawaii. And we also want the right people who will embrace the culture and contribute to the community when they do come. So if that's you, hit the subscribe button, visit our site at highestates.com for all your Oahu real estate needs, and reach out to us directly and let's discuss your situation. I'm happy to answer your questions and help you out.